Hello and welcome to Power Yoga. Today I'm going to take you through an energizing, empowering kind of wake up flow. So this is perfect if you want a little bit of an energy boost or a wake up in the morning, or you're just feeling really good and kind of want to move through some strengthening and powerful poses. So when you're ready, we are going to get started in a child's pose position towards the center of our mat. So you can either bring the knees together or you can take them out quite wide, whichever feels good for you. Heels touch and bum comes to the heels, and then we're going to walk the hands forwards and then come to rest the forehead down on the mat. So we're just going to start to breathe in and start to get in tune with the breath. So while we're here in child's pose, as you breathe in, I just want you to feel the back of the ribs expand. And then we're going to keep the lips sealed, and as we exhale through the nose, allow the ribs to deflate. So it's really important that we get in tune with the breath. It's going to help to guide us through today's practice. So try to keep that rhythm going through the poses, letting the breath guide you, breathing into any new space that we find ourselves in. One more inhale and exhale through the nose. Good. Slowly and gently, I just want you to bring your palms up from the mat and come onto your fingertips. So really start to press into the fingertips. We're slowly going to activate the shoulders with this active child's pose. So pressing into the fingertips, you'll feel the shoulders start to work straight away. And still keep that rhythm with the breath going. Good. One more deep inhale through the nose. Feeling the ribs and the sides of the ribs expand. And exhale, press into the mat with the fingertips. Good. Slowly and gently just bring the palms back down, and your shoulders might feel a little bit funny since we've activated them. And we're slowly, as we next inhale, we're going to come up into a tabletop position. So let the forehead come off of the mat. Once you're here, bring the hands underneath the shoulders. The knees come to hips distance apart, feet are nice and relaxed, and spine is nice and neutral. Maybe give a quick shake from side to side, nice little wiggle just to wake up the body, especially if you're doing this before 12 p.m. Your body might feel a little bit, sleepy and sticky from sleep. So as we next inhale, I just want you to drop the belly and drop the spine, squeeze the shoulder blades together. We're going to find just a cow pose just to find length through the spine. And as we exhale, just come back to neutral tabletop. Good. Slowly and gently, I want you to tuck the toes under, so flex the feet. And as we next exhale, we're going to lift the bum up straight into a downward facing dog. So since this is the first one of the practice, we're going to pedal out the feet. So let one heel drop at a time, so bending one leg, straighten the other. And this is going to feel weird on the shoulders as well, so we're going to start to come out of it. So as we next inhale, come up high onto the toes. And as we exhale, we're going to take 5 to 10 really small steps towards the top of the mat. Good. Once you're here, we're going to allow the knees to soften and let the hands hang heavy in our ragdoll position. So see if you can bring belly to touch the thighs. So if you need to bend your knees this much to do that, that's completely fine. And maybe you start to sway side to side just to wake up the spine, the lower back. And the head should feel nice and heavy, so much so that you can shake yes and shake no. Good. A few more moments here in our ragdoll position. And exhale. Nice. Slowly, as we next inhale, we're going to start to straighten the legs and then slowly unravel to standing. So allow each and every single vertebrae to stack on top of each other. The head will unroll last. And once you're standing, we're going to bring palms to face forwards in our mountain pose. So here in mountain pose, we just want to blink the eyes closed. And we're slowly going to start to get in tune with the body. So as you next inhale, just lift all 10 toes off of the mat. I want you to start to press into the balls and the heels of your feet. So really start to activate these really tiny muscles in the feet. We want to find that kind of activation. The feet are very, very important in yoga. It's going to help to find our balances through certain poses. And as you exhale, we're going to plant each and every single toe down into the mat. Nice. As you inhale, shrug the shoulders up to the ears. And as we exhale, round them back and then down. Nice proud chest, ready for today's power flow. So we're going to go through sun salutation A. Sun salutations are designed to create heat through the body, so you're going to start to feel warm, your breath is going to quicken, your heartbeat is going to quicken, and that's the kind of signals or symptoms that you want to feel when we're doing sun salutation A. It just tells us that we're doing it properly and that the body is ready to start to flow. So we're going to find ourselves in the swing of it. Sun A is quite repetitive, so you will get into a nice kind of rhythm and flow, but we will start off slow. So in mountain pose, as we inhale, we're going to swing the hands up towards the sky. If you can, bring the palms to touch. And as we exhale, we're just going to swan dive forward. So allow yourself to hinge at the hips, then allow the knees to soften and come into a forward fold. So I like to bend my knees here in forward fold. We don't want to feel too much of an intense stretch down the hamstrings. We just want to go through these nice movements and poses. So allow yourself to feel nice and comfortable. Good, as we next inhale, we're going to come into a halfway lift. So we're going to straighten the legs, straighten the back, and then bring hands to the shins. And you should feel this kind of neural stretch down the back of your legs. If it's too intense, you can also bring your hands up to the thighs. Good. And as we exhale, we're going to plant the palms down to the mat, so soften the knees. And then we're going to take one huge step with the right foot to the back of the mat. The left foot is going to touch, and then we're just going to drop the knees down and relax the feet. Good. Take an inhale here, looking forwards. As we exhale, we're going to bend the elbows, bring the chest and chin to touch the mat in what we know, or what we name, the 8-limbed prayer pose. So it's almost as though we're bowing down to something in front of our mats. This is going to help to open out the back and the chest. Good. Keep the hands where they are. As we inhale, we're going to scoop the chest forwards, bring the hips down, come into a cobra. So this is our nice back bend. Good. And as we exhale, push the bum back into tabletop position, flex the feet, and then bum lifts, find downward facing dog. Good. So if you need to, you can start to pedal out the feet again, or if you want to, you can find your stable downward facing dog. You don't have to have completely straight legs. I like to bend my knees here just to allow the back to be nice and straight. Good. As we inhale, we're going to come up high onto the toes. And as we exhale, we're going to take one huge step with the right foot and then the left towards the top of the mat, finding that halfway lift. So straight legs and straight back, hands to the shins or the thighs, or if you're nice and open, fingertips down towards the mat. As we exhale, forward fold, soften the knees, belly meets the thigh. Good. As we inhale, hands lift as we come to standing. Palms are above us. If you can, maybe bring them to touch. Good. And as we exhale, hands come back down, finding mountain pose. So it's a nice cycle, the sun salutation. So we always come back to where we started, which is what I love about sun salutations. And maybe just check in with the body, see how the breath is feeling, see how the heartbeat is feeling. Maybe you're feeling a little bit warm. If you've got layers, you can take off your jumper. And we're going to go 2 more rounds. So we will take it nice and slow, but we will add some deeper progressions or variations if you wish to take them. So as we next inhale, hands lift to the sky. This is our extended pose. So nice and tall, almost reaching towards the ceiling. As we exhale, we dive forward, finding our forward fold. So remember, belly meets the thigh, allow the knees to be nice and soft. As we inhale, we're going to find that halfway lift, straight legs, straight back, hands to the shins. As we exhale, plant the palms down. Huge step back with the right foot and then the left. Once you're here, we're going to drop the knees down and relax the feet. Good. As we inhale, chest lifts, chin lifts as well. And as we exhale, allow the chest and chin to touch the mat in this 8-limbed prayer pose. Good. So you're going to feel this in the chest and the lower back. As we inhale, we scoop the chest forwards, keep the hands where they are. Hips dip as well, find cobra. Or if you want a progression and you feel ready, hips and knees lift as well, finding upward facing dog. So this is a deeper back bend. Feet are nice and relaxed as well. As we next exhale, bum lifts. So if you're in that 8-limbed pose, or cobra, you can come through tabletop into downward facing dog. Good. So take one breath here and exhale. Nice. As you next inhale, we come up high onto the toes. And as we exhale, huge step forwards to come to the top of your mat into that halfway lift. So straight legs, straight back. And as we exhale, soften the knees, forward fold, belly meets the thighs. Good. As we inhale, we're going to come up to standing. Palms come to touch, if you can, above your head. And as we exhale, find that mountain pose that we found at the start. So good, that was the second round. So again, we're going to go one more round. And again, you're going to feel the breath quicken, the heartbeat quicken. So we always come back to mountain pose. Number one, to check in with the body. Number two, to bring ourselves back to the breath. Make sure we're in tune with that rhythm. And just have a little bit of a breather as well. It is a standing resting pose. So, if you need to do anything to find yourself back to kind of normal, feel free to do whatever feels good for you. But we're going to inhale and come back into sun salutation. A last round. Inhale, hands lift to the sky. Up above you, reach for the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold, soften the knees. Good. Belly meets the thigh. Inhale, we come up halfway. Hands to the shins. Or if you feel nice and open, maybe the hands slide down the shins, or maybe reach the fingertips to the mat, but make sure the back is still nice and straight. Exhale, we're going to plant the palms down. So plant the palms down, huge step back with the right foot, then the left. So option here to either drop the knees as we did in the previous rounds, or if you feel like you want a bit more of an empowering pose, we can hold here in high plank. So option to either drop the knees or stay in high plank. Take an inhale wherever you are. As we exhale, if your knees are dropped, we're going to come through to that 8 limbs prayer pose. If you're in high plank, we're going to exhale and half press up all the way down to the mat. Good. So wherever you are, as we next inhale, we're going to find cobra. Or if you feel good, upward facing dog. And exhale, find your way into downward facing dog. Nice. Take one inhale here and exhale. Nice. As we inhale, we come up high onto the toes. And as we exhale, huge step forwards to the top of the mat. We'll take an inhale here in halfway lift. And as we exhale, forward fold. Good. Inhale, we're going to come up to standing. Bring the palms up above your head. And as we exhale, back to mountain pose. Good, so take a breather. So that's sun salutations finished. Maybe see how the body is feeling. Hopefully you're nice and warm. We're going to go through the main part of the power flow next. So maybe prepare yourselves mentally. Good. So as we next inhale, we're going to bring the hands up overhead again. A bit similar to the sun salutations. As we exhale, we forward fold to a forward fold. But soften the knees so much so that you can start to plant the palms down to the mat. Good. As you next take an inhale, we're going to take a huge step back with only the right foot. So as far back as you can take it. Good. And keep the left foot exactly where they is. We're going to prepare for a high lunge. So make sure that there's a nice right angle here with the left leg. And as you next inhale, we're going to bring the hands up to the ceiling. If you lose balance, don't worry, laugh it off and take your time. So come into high lunge. So you're going to feel this in the right hip flexor. Good. Listening carefully. As you next exhale, you're going to twist the back foot to 90 degrees, twist the body to face the right side of the mat. Hands come down into warrior two, just destroyed my plant. So this is one of those classic yoga poses that you always might see. So with the warrior two, it's nice and active. You're going to feel it in the left thigh. And you want to be nice and open with the hips. So imagine as if there's someone's pushing that left knee out and keeping that right knee out as well. You're going to feel it in the left inner thigh. Good. So warrior two, gazing past the left middle finger. As you next inhale, we're slowly going to straighten this front leg, and you can start to shake off that thigh workout. Good. As we exhale, we're going to hinge at the hips and reach forwards with the left palm as far as you can go. So really trying to keep that right hip exactly where it is, hinging here, reaching to the left. Take an inhale here. And as we exhale, we're going to bring the back of the left hand to meet the left shin. Right hand lifts to the sky. Triangle pose. You're going to feel this in the inner left thigh. Take an inhale here. Good. And take an exhale. Nice. Slowly and gently, we're going to frame the front foot. So bring that right hand down. Maybe soften into this left knee. Framing that front foot with tented fingertips.
Good. And we're going to twist that back foot to face forwards once again. If you can, plant the palms down. And as we next exhale, we take that left foot back to meet the right, finding high plank. So options here to either drop the knees. We're going to go through that mini vinyasa we found in sun salutation. And vinyasa is a way to move through poses. So option, either exhale and move into 8-limbed prayer pose, or exhale and take the half press up. Nice. Inhale, if you're in 8-limbed pose, we move through to cobra. Or if you feel good, hips and knees lift, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice. As we next inhale, we're going to bring this right foot forwards all the way in between the palms. So if you can't reach without the hands, you can use your right hand to bring that right foot forwards in between the palms towards the top of the mat. And we're going to prepare for that high lunge on the right side. So as you next inhale, hands lift, make sure there's a nice right angle here. We're going to keep the alignment. If you lose balance, that's completely fine. And as you next exhale, remember to twist the back foot, body twist as well. Hands come down, find warrior two. I'm just going to switch sides so you can still see me. Good. So remember with warrior two, it's a very strengthening pose for this right thigh. Imagine as if there's someone's pushing the right knee out. It's going to deepen the stretch that you're going to feel in the right inner thigh. Take one more inhale. You're almost there. And exhale. Just straighten the front leg. Maybe give a quick shake. Good. We're going to find triangle pose. So as we inhale, we reach forwards as far as we can with the right hand, hinging at the hip here. And as we exhale, we can't go any further. We're going to bring the right hand down to the shin, left hand to the sky. Good. Triangle pose. So stretching into this right inner thigh. Take one more inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to soften into the right leg, frame the front foot. Good. And then twist that back foot to face forwards, plant the palms down. As you next exhale, we're going to take that right foot back to meet the left and come into that high plank. So remember, two options, either drop the knees down and work through that 8-limbed prayer pose, or if you're in high plank, as you next exhale, we're going to lower down, half press up. Relax the feet from 8-limbed pose, or from here, as you inhale, find cobra or upward facing dog. And as we exhale, downward facing dog. Good. So really feeling the breath working. As we inhale, we come up high into the toes. And as we exhale, walk towards the top of the mat. Good. Once you're here, we're going to really start to bend the knees. Bring the bum down and then start to lift the hands over your head. We're finding our chair pose. So imagine there's an imaginary chair. You're going to feel this straight away working the glutes and the hamstrings. This is power yoga. We're strengthening the muscles. Take an inhale here. And as we exhale, just allow yourselves to bring the bum down so the heels might lift off of the mat. Once you're down here and lower down, we're going to bring the hands behind us and come to a seated position, sort of towards the center or towards the center back of your mat. Once you're here, maybe give the legs a quick shake and then take your legs out straight in front of you. And give a quick shake. So we're finding our staff pose here, or Dandasana pose in traditional yoga language, Sanskrit. So legs are nice and straight, feet are nice and active, and even though it feels like we're doing nothing, you're going to feel the hip flexors in the lower core really engaging to allow yourselves to sit in this pose. Spine is nice and straight. As we inhale, hands lift overhead. And as we exhale, allow yourself to forward fold as far as flexibility allows. So if you need to, you can introduce a nice micro bend in the knees. That's what I'm going to do here. And you can either grab the back of the calves, shins, ankles, or if you're super flexible, maybe you go for the back of the feet. So this is our kind of wind down pose. So I don't know about you, but my breath is super, super quick. My heartbeat is, I can definitely feel it. So this is the kind of pose that lets our bodies know that actually we're done with all the hard stuff. It's time to start relaxing. So really important to stay here in this pose. Taking one more inhale and exhale. Nice. Slowly and gently we're going to come up to seated. Allow the knees to straighten once again. Give a quick shake. And then I want you to take your legs out as far, I'm going to face you, as far as flexibility allows you to. So we're going to find a wide-legged forward fold. So if your legs are here, that's fine. If your legs are here, this is where I'm going to be. Or if you're super flexible, you can take your legs out into an almost straddle splits, whatever feels good for you today. And as you next inhale, hands up to the ceiling. We're going to strengthen a little bit. So as you exhale, reach the hands up and forwards as you lower, reaching forwards. We're going to use the inner thigh muscles to allow ourselves not to drop. And then as you exhale, just bring the forearms down and settle into your wide-legged forward fold. So you can stay here for as long as you like. But I want you to stay here for at least 3 breaths. So if you want to stay a bit longer, you can pause the video and work on, stretching into the thighs. But I want you to take 1 more deep breath. You probably have already taken 2. And exhale. Good. Slowly and gently as you inhale, we come up back onto the palms. And then slowly bring the legs in to a cross-legged position. Good. And then I want you to bring hands together into a prayer pose at heart center. We're just going to start to close the practice. So tuck chin to the chest. And then maybe give yourselves some words of affirmation or an intention if you're doing this in the morning for the day. Whatever you want to tell yourself, maybe you just want to meditate and notice the thoughts going through your mind. Good. And then slowly come up and give your body a quick shake. So that was power yoga, a very, very short version of it. So thank you so much for flowing with me, and hopefully you feel nice and energized and empowered. The heart is ready for the day or for whatever you want to do today. And this is where I'll leave you. So hopefully you enjoyed that, and I will see you again on the mat sometime soon.